So our first item this evening is special recognition, a proclamation recognizing Immigrant and Refugee Advocacy Day. And we will begin with a shared reading of the proclamation, beginning with Councilmember Cooper.
Whereas the City of Olympia has prospered throughout its history from the extensive socioeconomic, political, and cultural contributions made by immigrants from every part of the globe, and
whereas the City of Olympia welcomes all who enter this country to escape social, religious, political, or economic oppression, or those in pursuit of its founding promise of a brighter future, and
whereas the City of Olympia is dedicated to the values of inclusivity, diversity, and hope, and whereas the City of Olympia has committed to securing the freedom, rights, and dignity of all people who reside here, and whereas as a declared sanctuary city, the City of Olympia continues to demonstrate its abiding commitment to protecting all immigrants residing here, and
whereas the City of Olympia welcomes the advocates for immigrants and refugees from throughout Washington who will attend the legislative session to advocate for legislative measures that will protect immigrants and refugees during and after the pandemic, and
whereas pro-immigrant measures are desperately needed to compensate for the weakening and removal of protections at the federal level, and
Now therefore be it resolved that the Olympia City Council does hereby proclaim January 30th, 2025 as Immigrant and Refugee Advocacy Day in the City of Olympia, and urge all residents to join immigrant advocates to petition our elected state representatives to enact legislation to provide state and local government protections to all immigrants and their families in the state of Washington. Signed in the City of Olympia, Washington, this 28th day of January 2025, Olympia City Council, Dante Payne, Mayor. So at this time, I'd like to invite up Adriana Cortez, who is from the Washington Immigrant Solidarity Network, and Vanessa Reyes, who is a policy manager with the Washington Immigrant Solidarity Network, to receive the proclamation. Are they here? Are they present? Going once? Going twice? Okay. Bob, would you mind coming up? And you're welcome to say a few words if you like as well, once you receive the proclamation. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bob Ziegler. I'm a member of Strengthening Sanctuary Alliance here in Olympia, and several of us are here today. And we were hoping to have folks from Wyson here. Things are kind of crazy now because they've been receiving threats and other things. But others, they're moving forward, and they say they're not going to let fear. This is all a move to make people afraid, and they're not going to bow down to attempts at fear. So they're coming with about 700 immigrants and refugees from around the state here in Olympia. And there's going to be a march that's open to the public from 1:30 until 2 from the corner on Capitol grounds on the corner of 11th Avenue and Capitol Way over around Tivoli Fountain and back over to the steps of the legislature for an hour deal at which our Mayor Pro Tem will read this proclamation. The City of Olympia has been very supportive of people here of all status, and it's been part of our community values of compassion that has been really essential in so many ways. And we thank you for this and the courageous stand that you guys take. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you for just, accepting that on their behalf. We'll just keep rolling with it. Any comments from council? Councilmember Cooper.
thank you, Mayor Payne. Thank you, Bob, and all of your team for keeping this conversation going in our community. Olympia is not afraid, and we're excited to stand by our values and stand by the people who live here and come here. So I think that's the theme tonight. This country is not a melting pot. It is a salad bowl, and we're so proud that everyone brings what they do to the table. So thank you.
Councilmember Gilman.
And here are our representatives from the Washington Immigrant Solidarity Network. If we might take a special privilege to allow them to speak.
Absolutely. Adriana and Vanessa, so we just finished reading the shared proclamation. If you wouldn't mind approaching the podium and share a few words if you like. Thank you.
So, good evening, everyone. I'm going to say my speech in English and in Spanish for language justice. So, good evening, everyone. Buenas tardes a los miembros del Consejo. My name is Adriana, and I'm here as part of the Washington Immigrant Solidarity Network, also known as WISIN, a statewide transnational solidarity coalition to protect and advance the power and rights of immigrants and refugees community. Soy Adriana y hoy me presento como parte de WISIN, una coalición que busca proteger y avanzar el derecho y el poder de las comunidades migrantes y refugiadas del Estado. We are grateful to the City of Olympia for recognizing the critical importance of immigrant and refugee advocacy by declaring January 28, 2025 as Immigrant Advocacy Day. This proclamation symbolizes Olympia's ongoing commitment to fostering a welcoming community for all. Agradecemos esta proclamación que simboliza el compromiso continuo para procurar una comunidad acogedora para todas las personas. Migration, has been around since the beginning of humanity. The current immigrants built alongside the children of other immigrants. We have demonstrated that we can achieve amazing things together. However, some groups face significant challenges due to their race, ethnicity, religion, sexuality, gender identity, disability class, and citizenship status, among other characteristics. For that reason, it is important to continue advocating from and for our communities. Todos somos migrantes, pero algunos grupos enfrentan más dificultades debido a sus características, y por eso seguiremos luchando. As we recognize Immigrant Advocacy Day, I encourage everyone here tonight to reflect on what they can do to support their neighbors until dignity becomes a habit. Seguiremos luchando hasta que la dignidad se haga costumbre. We are stronger together. Once again, thank you to the Olympia City Council for this proclamation and your continued support. Together, we can build a community where all people, regardless of their immigration status, are treated with respect and justice. Gracias por la proclamación. Seguiremos trabajando para que todas las personas, independientemente de su estatus migratorio, sean tratadas con respeto y justicia. Thank you.
Won't have much to add, but thank you again to the City of Olympia. And we are grateful to be able to do this for many years in a row and to bring our communities from across the state to be able to advocate alongside their neighbors and for the City of Olympia to be a welcoming place. And we look forward to continuing to work with you all to make sure that every member of our community is able to foster and thrive. And as Adriana said, that dignity becomes a habit. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you both very much. And if you'll just stick around, there may be some additional comments from council. Councilmember Gilman, do you still have comments?
Just to say that I will be there. And I'm really pleased that Mayor Pro Tem Nguyen will read our proclamation at the rally at the Capitol stairs, and that the entire community is invited and welcome to join the march and the rally. Because you're right, that we're all here together, and everybody deserves respect and justice. Thank you.
Any additional comments from the dais? Seeing none, thank you for being here. This is a proclamation that we sort of do routinely every year. We recognize at this Advocacy Day. And this year it takes on a different tone, certainly. And given where we are right now with the federal immigration policy enforcements, it's weighing heavily on so many communities across the country. Those who share your demographic and those who do not. It's affecting specifically those who are people of color in a very, very unique and specific way. And I just want you to know that the City of Olympia, the City Council is certainly mindful of what is happening. We're paying attention and we have your back. And please know that if there's anything you need, that you can come to us. I'm going to stop because I feel myself getting emotional. But yes, please know that it's something that's weighing heavily on me, certainly. So thank you so much.